Hi friends, Coach Allie here. I wanted to come on today with a quick idea for you. Something I've been talking about a lot this week with clients, and it's about all those uncomfortable thoughts, sensations, and emotions that we can experience when we are going through insomnia recovery. So all of these thoughts, sensations, emotions happen when we are experiencing hyperarousal. There's varying degrees of hyperarousal for sure, but sometimes it can get pretty intense, as we know if we've gotten through this experience. And there's often the question that I get is, Coach Allie, what do I do? How do I handle all of these really hard, dark, obsessive thoughts, the feeling of anxiety, and the heart palpitations, and all of these different sensations, emotions, and thoughts that are happening. And I want to break it down for you in a pretty simple 3-step sort of process. So ultimately, just to be clear, it's not about doing anything. It's actually more an act of non-doing and letting it be and allowing it, which is part of this. But it can help to break it down just a little bit, and especially for those types that are like, just like, give me something definitive to work with. And so I want to share this with you. So here's my 3-step process for working with challenging thoughts, sensations, and emotions. 1, acknowledge. So the first step in this whole thing is acknowledge. We have to acknowledge this for what it is, whether it's a thought, an emotion, or a sensation. It is a message from your scared brain. And it is trying to warn you about something that it is identified as dangerous, whether that's sleeplessness, whether that is how you're going to feel the next day, whether that's a medication. Honestly, it can be a lot of things. If the brain has identified something as dangerous, whether or not it is, it doesn't know that. Perceived or real, the brain is going to react in the same way. And that is what is happening when we are in a fight or flight state. The brain is responding to what it is perceived as dangerous. In the case of insomnia and anxiety, these are not dangerous or life-threatening experiences. They are just very uncomfortable. So we want to teach and show our brain that they're safe. That's the idea of recovery. So number 1 was acknowledge. We want to acknowledge the message from the scared brain because it's just trying to communicate with us. It is only trying to protect us. That's all it's trying to do. So acknowledge. Okay, I'm having these uncomfortable thoughts, sensations, and feelings. It's okay. This is just a message from my scared brain. I understand that. Acknowledgement. Okay. Number 2, allow. I want to allow them to be there. Give them permission to be there. Make space for the discomfort of the emotion, of the thought, of the feeling, whatever it is. Give it permission to exist, because the more we fight it, the more we resist it, actually the more intense, the stronger, the louder those messages become. So no need to shoot the messenger. It's just trying to help you. That's what your brain is doing, even though it doesn't feel like it, I know, but ultimately it's just trying to protect you. So number 2, allow. And then number 3, and this is probably the most important part of this whole 3-step process, is to redirect. Redirect. So this is super, super important, because the more we hyperfocus or hyperfixate on any emotion, sensation, or thought, the more amplified it's going to become. So once we've acknowledged it and we give it space and we allow it to be, then we want to redirect. We want to redirect our attention, our focus onto something else, something more valuable, something more meaningful to us. And that can be anything at all. It might be engaging with our loved ones. It might be watching a funny show on Netflix. It might be taking a walk or running ourselves a nice bath. It could be innumerable things, but something that redirects that attention onto something more valuable, more meaningful than being in the struggle and the fight. I hope that makes sense. I hope it gives you something maybe to try. And by the way, all of this is a practice, so nothing changes overnight. It takes practice, it takes consistency and repetition for all of this to happen. But it will happen. Just give it some time and some trust. I believe in you. Have a beautiful rest of the day, and thanks so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Reach out if you need support.